hour is empty, it's not occupied, it gives chances to a lot of things to happen, both bad, good, and ugly. By the way of education. When a spiritual stool or seat of a nation or of a home is empty, nobody is sitting on it, the full spiritual authority and execution of power is not in control of the nation. And it's serious. And it's very, very serious. So as the seat of government is concerned, Ghana, our seat, as the spirituality of the nation is concerned, the seat of government is not what they are sitting on. There is a spiritual seat of Ghana. And the covenant I was talking about, which I spoke about many times, I will not visit it, is to establish and accomplish that purpose, so that Ghana can maximize and experience the fullness of blessing that the nation is supposed to enjoy. But we are not yet enjoying that because our president is not sitting on the spiritual seat of Ghana. That's supposed to propel and activate the blessings and the development that the nation need to, to experience, because the covenant was not obeyed in full. Now, taken to the third leg of the matter, the announcement that my brother also Bempa want to give on a Sunday. Listen carefully. And this will sound optional, but I know, but I don't want to be straightforward on this particular one. If it is about that the President John Dramani Mahama should go for third term, listen, when President Mahama won the election, go and check my bio, that we did state already that it will come to a point that the citizens themselves will want President Mahama to go for a third term. That it will be a song that will be sung. But listen carefully. I'm not repeating this as saying that we're the first people that said, no, that's not what I'm driving at. I'm saying this to conjoin to something. Listen. That for what God revealed, it's not that God wants President Mahama to go for a third term. No, that is not it. It is the citizens, their will and their desire. And I mentioned that Ghana is in a transition of the covenant of God. Listen very carefully. So the wishes of people about Ghana, as in the transition period that Ghana is in, that is not what is going to happen. It is the will of God. It is the will of God that is going to prevail over Ghana. It's not the wishes of people. Now, when you check in the realms of the portals of Ghana, you'll still be seeing the name of our president, John Dramani Mahama, reflecting there. You know why? It is because in his heart of hearts and his will, he was ready to obey the instructions of God. So it is a memorial before God that there is also another servant beside Mills that is ready to obey him, God, as the covenant of the nation is concerned. But the problem with President Mahama is that it is the people that were around that misled him, and they are still misleading the country as the covenant over the nation is concerned. You ask a question. So what did you do about this? Yes, we did a lot about it. We did a lot about it. The final straw that we pull in order to bring the president up to speed as the covenant over the nation is concerned, so that Ghana will move in the speed that it's supposed to move. And the glory that God prepared for the nation is to experience. The final straw was a friend of the president. I'm not going to mention the name. That is he's a chief in Ghana here. We spoke and he said, oh, Apostle, don't worry, I'm going to lead you to meet the president so that we can talk about this. He asked me to bring few of the broadcast, and I sent it to him on a pen drive. And he told me he has submitted, they watch it themselves, and they watch it. So the president is traveling. When they come back, he will arrange for us to go and meet the president. so that I'll brief him the whole thing about the covenant. And it did not happen. And you know why it did not happen? And today I'm going to mention names as the Christendom is concerned, because a lot is going on in the country and it's not helping our nation. And this thing must stop. The mafia tactics that is happening among the clergy, it must stop. And I'm not saying anything on obligation. The chief mentioned to me that one archbishop in this nation told him that he should not bring me to meet the president. He called the man and told the man, and the man is a very respectful man, a respectable man in Ghana. I just don't want to mention the name, because if I do, I betrayed him. A respectable man, a chief. He said, Apostle, I'm going to take you to meet the president, because what you are talking about is serious. He's serious. So I said, okay. I was there. Then the time he promised, we call, no answer. We go, no response. I was, what is going on? Then he said, there is something that has gone on. I said, okay, what? My honorable chief. Then he said, one of the archbishops in Ghana here, one of the archbishops, called me and said that he have heard that you are bringing a man of God to come and see the president. That he should not bring me to see the president. That he should bring me to him, the archbishop, so that he will screen me to make sure before I go, they give him the permission to go and see the president. And the chief said, I won't do that. I will not do that. That's how it ended. I did not meet the president to give him the full information. I know some of you remember the issue of the National Prayer and Thanksgiving rights, right? Yeah. The information, every truth about that came from me since 2006 that we championed that cause. And it has a link to the covenant over the nation. So the covenant over the nation that the president is supposed to know, since he have alluded and accepted to follow the counsel of God, he's supposed to know so that those covenants can be activated as the nation is concerned, so that the nation can experience the goodness of God. Now, I gave you this background in order to deal with what my brother Osuben Pav said. Now, Prof, if it's about Mahama going for a third term, please hold back. If not, you will disgrace yourself. And I'm saying it with authority. It's going to be a dent that is going to affect your ministry and your calling. You are not my senior. We are colleagues. Hear this and hear it well, with all humility and respect. Prof, if Sunday your announcement is about President Mahama going for a third term, trust me, you shoot yourself in the foot and bury your ministry. I don't throw challenge because I don't have any power to challenge anybody. God is the one who called us and uses us. So I've never boast to say I have power. No, I don't do that foolish thing. Because we are called by God as the Lord who is using us. Prof, save yourself, save your ministry. If that is what you are about to do on Sunday, please. I love you and I love the assignment God has given you. After President Mahama and co, you must be able to survive with your ministry. Don't make a mistake. Because, Prof, you announce it, it won't happen. It will not happen. Because it is not accepted. In all the constellations in heaven, it is not. No matter the directions that you people will perform according to it, it won't happen. Because the covenant is not yet obeyed. If there is something you can do, as it stands, you have more opportunity than me when it comes to reaching the president. And I thank God for that. If there is anything you can do, go talk to the president that there is a covenant you need to obey. Fulfill the fullness of the covenant. Then what I am seeing, when I announce it and do anything about it, it shall come to pass. But if you don't fulfill that covenant, whatever I say, it won't happen. It will be a dent and a disgrace of my ministry. Prof, I am telling you the truth before my Father in heaven, before our Father in heaven. Because the assignment of God is not fulfilled by one person when it comes to nations. The assignment of God, God shares it among his servants. Everybody has an assignment he's supposed to fulfill. But in a good synergy way, if we did respect one another, that's what the Bible said, the spirit of the prophets are subject under the prophets. We must learn how to consult each other, so that when it comes to the nation, we'll do the right thing, because we all want the building of the nation. So, Prof, that an error should not happen. There is an account proverb that says that se otrimyenu kwa asase nebre. I'm not by any chance saying that I'm going to launch a spiritual war with the prophet also, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I'm using this proverb for this understanding, that in the portals of Ghana, when we go contrary to the covenant consolations of God, it's going to bring the nation into the place of context. And that is not good for our nation. That is not good for our nation. We should not allow that to happen. I know Prophet Osman, I know you are a very wise man, a very humble man. I love that guy. I love that guy. Me, I declare, I love every prophet. I love every prophet. But there are 3 prophets I have encountered that I will say these people, they really have a clean heart for the nation. It's not because of price. So, Prof, let me repeat it again. There is a covenant over the nation. You don't have a full information about it. Please don't make the mistake of the things that you are seeing in the lower cosmos. As the nation is concerned, there are more things that you don't have preview of. And that have to do with covenants as the nation is concerned. The name of the President John Dramani Mahama is still ringing in the ranks because, as I said earlier, he alluded in obedience to this covenant, but he has not done it in full. So yes, his name is reflecting there as the one who has the assignment concerning the covenants as the nation of Ghana is concerned. And for you to know, one of the spiritual overlords of the nation Ghana, Garland, I'll mention the name, but if he's hearing me, you know I'm speaking the truth. He called me one day during the time that I was talking about this from the beginning. I was explaining about the covenant of the nation, what the nation is supposed to do in order for us to experience the maximized blessings of God, for us to move in a higher speed. The man called me and I said, Apostle, I've been following you for many years now. The things you are saying, how did you know? Because they, as the spiritual overlord over the nation, they know the covenants concerning the land.